My name is Bernard Deberry, and I am practicing physician. Actually, I am a reconstructive surgeon practicing in Southern California, and I also am associate professor at the University of California, Irvine. I have been also active scientist and pursuing research for the past 25 years, primarily in reconstructive surgery, in wound healing, and lately in the science of the stem cells. So once we learned that a Lorentzian solution, Lorentzian clustered water, is remarkably similar to intracellular water, we started examining it closer, researching it, and looking for what difference does it really make. And in essence, it makes the difference how the cell works. With intracellular water, the cell can produce energy better, faster, in larger quantity. It can rid itself from the waste products faster. It can communicate in all its intracellular function. You know, just perhaps to bore you a little bit of science here. If, for example, you wanted to do a section of a single cell, and you cut through a cell membrane into the cell, you would think that because cell is full of water, the water just simply will spill out from it. Nothing is farther from truth. The intracellular content stays very much like if you cut the grape. If you cut the grape, the substance of the grape stays together. By further extrapolation, if you looked even closer, if you could look closer, you would find out that all the different molecules in the cells are connected with one another through a layers of the molecules of water, of intracellular water. So it's almost like a cement, but it's much more and likely better than a cement for us, because it allows all the molecules in the cell to communicate to each other in the most optimal way for a most optimal cell function, and in such a way it assures that a cell functions properly. Well, hence Lorentzian water became a, so to speak, a staple for our approach to health. But since we found that not only this water does stimulate the function of the cell and improves the working of the cell, it also provides a very superior transport of all the molecules, nutrients from within the cell, from outside the cell, into the cell, and vice versa. We then looked into possibility of perhaps making certain substances that might have some aiding influence in health to be available easier in greater quantities into the cell. And that is another huge area which I believe will become very important in medicine. You know, just to tell you, if one wants to introduce new medication, in USA, it costs about anywhere from $5 to $50 billion to introduce a medication from the point of the idea to the point of actually this medication, this substance, being permitted to be placed on the market, to be sold in the pharmacies, to be prescribed by the physicians. Well, needless to say, that translates itself into a very significant expense of these medications once it comes to the market. Now, soon, I think we will not be really able to afford many medications. And here's the idea that since we have many natural substances, for example, many botanical substances that are known for years, maybe hundreds and sometimes thousands of years, of being very efficient in certain disease states, in certain health problems, we can now make those substances available more efficiently, in greater concentration, into the cell. How can we do it? By supplying it together with Lorenzen water, with Lorenzen solution, clustered solution. And that is a great future for medicine, and also a wonderful opportunity for us to make medicine affordable again. Just as an example, I would tell you that several huge so-called big pharma companies now moving very rapidly into what we call in US nutraceuticals, or the other words, medical meals, or substances that are derived from botanicals and can be made more efficient, more effective by the influence and the qualities of Lorenzen solution. It's interesting, isn't it? And I think that will lead to almost, I would dare say, a revolution in medicine and in the pharmaceutical industries.